Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I like freedom. I like liberty. I like independence. I like people who act that way. I like countries that act that way. Even if you're not independent, but you act like it's better than not being in or be not being independent and not even acting like it. So being like a slave country. So in this case, I have to say that I kind of starting to like Saudi Arabia's foreign policy. We all know that Saudi Arabia was um, very closely linked to the United States of America due to uh, the oil-rich country and its reserves, as well as its strategic location, especially being around Israel. So Israel had to have a little backup over there. That was the United States' policy. And some other influences in the area as well. You got Egypt and now African countries over there with all kind of unstable regimes. Well, lately Saudi Arabia and um, its de facto leader, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, is a very tough guy, and he's a person who has, it seems like, to have a big ego, and why not? And he is young, so his heart is young. So he has a certain way of dealing with the old uh, leaders. So you know that uh, Saudi Arabia has a kind of a strained relationship right now with the United States because the Americans are trying, mass media tries to say that it's because they feel that they were not backed and helped by the United States with the Yemen war. But I think that Salman took certain things very personal about the Khashoggi elimination, and there were some statements made by Biden and some departments in the United States that really offended this gentleman, the prince. So the prince said, you know what? Let's take advantage of the now, not only now because the thing started earlier, but now, moreover, now with Russia, and refused to increase production at the Americans' request. Allegedly, refused to take President Biden's phone calls. Yelled at what's his name? I can't remember his name. Jake Sullivan, when Sullivan mentioned Khashoggi's death. Um, Boris Johnson visited over there, didn't get any oil. Moreover, Saudi Arabia contacted China and found President Putin. So that's two no-nos right there. Then I have an article that I will mention here. He invited new Prime Minister of Pakistan to visit Saudi Arabia, which is fantastic. That's another thing. And in this case, this article from Reuters from April 23rd, 2022, we find that Iran says talks with the regional rival Saudi Arabia resumed in Baghdad. Why Baghdad? I thought Baghdad, but Baghdad is already pocketed. But anyway, so it's freedom and democracy in Baghdad right now. So I guess they're independent too. So it says here that rival regional powers, Iran and Saudi Arabia, resumed talks in the Iraqi capital after they were suspended in March. Iran semi-official Nowhere News reported on Saturday. There was no confirmation from Saudi Arabia or Iraq on the resumption of the talks. Well, all right, we'll find out soon. The latest positive meetings has raised hopes for the two countries to take steps toward the resumption of ties. All right, it says here that says this media outlet, Iran's media outlet, which is affiliated with the country's Supreme National Security Council. So yeah, it seems like it's kind of official. Mm. Now we find that Riyadh severed ties with Tehran in 2016 after Iranian protesters stormed the Saudi embassy in the Iranian capital following the execution of a Shiite cleric in Saudi Arabia. Iran suspended the talks in March without giving a reason for the decision that comes as a new round of negotiation was due to start. The move came after Saudi Arabia executed 81 men in its biggest mass execution in decades. This was the United States' ally, and still is. Um, Tehran condemned the executions that activists said included 41 Shiite Muslims. All right, so they have a problem with the religious thing over there, correct? But nevertheless, it seems like they want to be kind of friends. Yeah, it's because of the Sunni and Shiites that have a problem here, a proxy conflict in the region. So and they have a problem in Lebanon, but nevertheless, what's important about this is that these two countries will maybe mend fences while the big boss is not looking, and that would be great because that way you have diversity. Remember, diversity is our strength. Not here, I guess. So yes, why not? More peace, more understanding, more communication. Communication is the first step in solving any problems, any issues. If two people or two countries do not talk, then you can't solve really anything, and accidents can happen, and then unforeseeable situation could appear, and then I have to discuss. Otherwise, the guns will talk, and once the guns start talking, then it's hard to get back to the negotiating table unless, or after so many civilians and destructions already occurred, unfortunately. You see this in Ukraine as well. Remember the Minsk agreements. Anyway, so good. So it was what? China, Russia, Pakistan, Iran. Good. Next is Israel. I think they have a good relationship with Israel now. That's fine. Good for them. See what the Americans can go and derail everything. Because usually, yeah. Thank you for being again with me today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See ya.